Hello, welcome back to my vlogs. My name is Nicole and this is Be a Flamingo, and I don't have a bag over my head this week. If you saw my video last week, very badly sunburned. But look, I think it's the first, I don't know, the lighting in here is terrible, so I've got the big light on. It is daytime, it is 9:16 in the morning, but British weather. Do you know what, I've just been to the shop. It's really hot outside and kind of a little muggy, but it's just raining. Anyway, I've kind of got a suntan, well, definitely on my forehead. You can see, it looks like I've had Botox. It's brilliant, but I wouldn't recommend going through all that pain, and then shedding like a snake to get to this point. And I'm very shy in it. Just ignore what I look like today. Got stuff to show you. Let's have a little chat. I normally go through and I have a plan of what I'm going to say in my videos, but for some reason this week I've gone off kilter. There's a lot going on and I've no idea, so I'm just going to natter, like, let's just have a gossip about just life in general. I brought yarn. Start again. I was not going to buy yarn. I bought all the yarn I needed for this month and I was like, I'm on a yarn ban. I don't know what happened. I do know what happened. I've been trying to make a, you know, you get those loveys. Are they loveys? Made from, is it Burnett baby blanket? They're like this, like, ignore this. And you just love on them. And I've been trying to use this sort of UK equivalent baby blanket, which is, well, there's two. I've had, this is called Warm and Toasty by King Cole, and it is exactly the same. I just could not get hold, I just could not use it. It was just too thick, and it was just, for me, it was unusable. I just couldn't get it to do what I wanted it to do. And then I was like, listening to Debbie and Lainey, and they use something called Snug as a Bug, which is also a blanket yarn. So I was like, let me go and get some of this and see what it's like. If you've seen on if you're on my Instagram, you would have seen this already. I got some, and I fell in love. So I started off with just like one plain colour. And two multi-vote. I haven't got them all here. And then I had to go and spend like another £100 or something stupid on more because I'm addicted, because it's so nice. So let me show you. This makes it so just. Can you tell I've not pre-rehearsed this? So I use Chanel yarn, and it's thin, and it's not thin, it was a lot thinner than this, but it's nice, it's soft, fluffy, and it gives me the detail I like. So for instance, we do Percy the pigeon. He has a lot of detail just around his neck. Let me show you. So he's got obviously the colour changes, and the Chanel yarn works really, really well for that, and it lets me give you a bit more definition and stuff. And I've got a lot of Chanel yarn and I just love it. I use Wolan's Baby Bunny, and I like it. So I get lots of different colours and changes, and I can tweak it. But with the blanket yarn, I'm putting him back before I lose him. His hat's gone. With the blanket yarn, it's a lot thicker, so you can't get as much definition. So it's not something I would use for that kind of stuff. But for my £5 market makes, because I've been spending ages and ages, I've got a market on the 9th of August. Today is the 3rd of August. August? It is August. So I've been making things like this. So, all my Chanel yarn, but it takes the time. I'm like, for £5 and the amount of time I put into it, it kind of doesn't work out. So I wanted to kind of have nice different sort of things. So these are going to stay because I love these. Like with my frog, I just wanted something quicker, quicker to do, so that my whole time when I'm doing market prep isn't taken up with these things. I get to do all these fun things, and that's kind of what I really like. I like to do the fun things rather than just copy repeat sort of things like the frogs. So I got this blanket yarn, and I'm making a mess. Making a mess. So you can see how thick it is. You can't see how thick it is. How nice is that? Now compare that along with the toasty, which I had. The toasty is just a little bit thicker. You see? So no wonder I was having issues with that. Mind you. Or maybe it's this coloured, textured, patterned one that's not as thick. Let's go with that. Let's have a look. So the orange is King Cole Toasty. And the cream is Snug as a Bug. Look at that. So and it doesn't shed. It doesn't shed. My hoovers love me. I had to buy a new hoover this week. I've got one of those now. Obviously they're all handheld, but what are they called? They haven't got the lead on. Battery operated. Cordless. Cordless hoovers. So brilliant. Just whip it round, but it just, with the fluff from Chanel, so like this, it just gets everywhere. And it's like, when you've got carpet, oh, it's just a nightmare. Let me just do a comparison. So this is the blanket. Can you see? You can see the difference there. Yeah, you can just, it's like 2 or 3 times the size of blanket yarn. But I love this, and I've been making stuff this week, my market makes. So I'm like, I have had this event on the 9th booked in for well over a month now, and I was like, yeah, I'll be fine. I've got enough stuff there and everything. I have not. It's a bigger event than I actually thought. So I've gone into panic mode. Let me just sort this out while I'm nattering to you. So I've gone into panic mode, and I'm like, I just need more stuff. More of my £5. The demographic around that area, my £5 items are always really good. So I need a lot more of those, like quadruple what I've got at the moment. I've got a blooming knot. Look at that. So I've been making, and this week I'll also make. I'm underneath my own gazebo, and I'm going to nick Jen's extra table, because she's tied to resin. She's got a event on the 9th as well, but she's here in Hoylake, and she's not using her table. Oh no. Are you still recording? Hello? Oh, it just said low battery. Why is it low battery? You're plugged in. You should not be low battery. So yes, I'm pinching Jen's table. I need to I've got WhatsApp messages come up on my phone now. I record on my phone, I do everything on my phone. I'm underneath my own gazebo, so I'm going to have the 2 tables. I need to get a tablecloth, so I need to hunt around and get another tablecloth. And so it's going to be a bigger. So I've decided all of that, see everything on that, I'm taking everything, because I kind of want to, and I'm going to put it down quite low prices. So maybe the £10-15 mark. They should be more. I know they should be more, but I kind of want to clear that, because we're coming now into autumn, and I have so many things I want to make, but I haven't got room. And my brain says, you've got no room on your shelf. You can't make anything new. That's how my brain works. So I want to take everything and just get rid of it all, really. Does that make sense? Yeah. I've got to make some more giraffes as well. Oh, look, I am just making an absolute mess here. My whole place is a mess. When I'm market prepping, everything goes out the window. Not everything goes out the window, but, you know, just organisation and stuff. Right, let's get rid of these. So these are look at these colours. How awesome they're. How cool. So nice and bright, and just to give it a bit of dimension as well. This one I love, but this is a lot thinner. There's a pattern from Zero Gravity Crochet that she released yesterday, which was Saturday. but I think she released it Friday. Anyway, it's of a phoenix, and I'll link it down below. I've got it, I've got the pattern, and I thought, oh, this could kind of work, but it's the blanket yarn, but it's not as thick. Let's get my, it's not as thin as a chenille, but it's not as thick as the other blanket, but it is just too thick to do the detail of the phoenix. But this week I've got to make it. I just, you know when you see a pattern, you're like, I cannot do anything else until I've made this. I'm going to give you a bit of local gossip in a minute. So yeah, so I've been making stuff. Let me just clear my desk with that little bit of local gossip. We have a hotel here. We had a hotel, and about just before COVID, it turned into one of those immigrant refugee things. Perfectly fine. It's been, what, 5 years now? And the people who are in it are actually families, yeah. Women, children, and it's lovely. They really integrate well into the community. They go to the schools here, they go to nurseries. We have a lot of community activities, and they just belong here. They're in there for temporary accommodation until they get the permanent, but they've been in there for quite some time. Well, the local councillors earlier this week, which is probably why I'm a bit, put up a post on Facebook and said actually all the families are going, and they're bringing in all these fighting age men, just males, all fighting age men. That's what they said, and I'm not lying. And like, obviously, we're a village. We've got about 5,000 people here in the village. We've got no police presence or anything. And we're very community based, and it's lovely for the families, and it's really good for the families, and it's ideal for that because we're by the beach and everything. But then they said actually they're going to be shipped out this week and replaced with like 100, 150 males. And yeah, you can tell, the uproar on that is like, oh my God. So there's, Miami is very small, and where the hotel is, it's right smack bang in the middle. Everything's next to each other. There's a nursery behind it, old age people, apartments, and church. You know, we're just very close together. There've been protests. A lot of people from outside of this area have come, and they're protesting outside and causing just havoc. They're just, you know, they went, oh, refugees should be here. We're aggrieved, like, you know, the families that are here and that keep coming here are brilliant. We love that and everything. But you put 100 to 150 males, which are fighting males, which we see on the media. I'm going off on a tangent now. In such a place such as this, which is very, very small, very community minded, it just doesn't work. We're not a town. We're not a city. We're a village. So that's been kicking off. But the funny thing is that there's so much police here. So a mobile police station has just gone past. That's how small we are. We have to have a mobile police station, and that's the first time probably in 3 years I've seen that. But the people who are kicking off and causing issues are people who've been shipped in from elsewhere around the country to cause protests. But you know, and they're outside the hotel, and the kids and the families are still in there. We don't know what's going on really, but that's been going on, and it's very concerning because I don't want that amount of men just dumped here, because then they can. It's a lot. Right, let's get back to crochet. I don't know if my YouTube videos can be banned from that, my little rant, but it's not. I'm not racist. I'm fine. It's just, you know, where you live, and it's very small, and it's very insular, and let's just do bloody crochet stuff. Right, so I've made stuff this week, and I've got my box here, that's on the floor. I'm going to start just randomly. So now I've said about my snug as a bug stuff. So these are my normal frocks. My frocks don't do well, and I don't know why, because it's so sad. So then I had a new pattern, the Chanel's crochet swinging animal pattern. I used that one, the Chanel. So I'm not doing that one because I like this one better. But I wouldn't pay £5 for that. I know I put it on Instagram, people said yes, but to be honest, I wouldn't. So then I made in Snug as Bug, the blanket. The difference, look at that, look, together, look the difference. I'm much more happy to charge £5 for that. Same pattern, nothing's changed, it's just different, nothing's changed, just different yarn. And I didn't realise there was going to be such a difference because I've only ever used like Chanel yarn or cotton yarn. But now I am hooked on this blanket yarn because I knocked five of these frogs out in an hour, and I was like, before it was taking me probably half an hour to make one. So you can see, like, when you're only charging £5 for something, it just the difference of it. So this is a frogs that's gonna go with me. I'm thinking about putting a little crown on it or a little flower, something just little magical on that. I also, for the first time ever, made leggy frogs. Now I didn't do as long legs as I probably should have done. I've never done one of these. Look at these. And I found this is a free pattern on Instagram. I don't know if I like that. Do you know, I like this. I like the, and I might use that for a chameleon pattern I've got. Let me just, you know, the arms, because the chameleon has 3 toes. So I might use that, how I've done that, which is just basically, so I chained 5, slip stitched in 2, chained another 3, slip stitched in 2, chained another 3, then went down, slip stitch. Pretty sure it's slip stitch. Yeah, I'm not quite sure about this. I'm going to put them in there. They're going anyway. They're going in there. His legs are everywhere. Kimbo. So yeah, so I've made frogs. I think I've got enough frogs now. I'm quite happy with that. Then, do you remember my crabs? Oh, do you know what? I haven't got any of the little crabs to show you. So the crabs I also made in the blanket yarn. Are you ready for this? Look at this. How cute. Oh, he's mean. He is totally mean. Look at him. But I put starfish on him. I think that's cute. It just needed something extra, and I was like, let's put a little starfish on him. So I've done that. I've only done 3. I'm going to do a few more today. He's cute, but he's mean. Let's see if I've got a friendlier one. I've done 3. 4. Oh, that's better. Hello, you. Where's the other one? Hello, you mean? This has got safety eyes in. I've been doing embroidered eyes. I know the difference. People like safety eyes. I kind of like safety eyes, but for the kids, and well, I'll have a mixture. Yeah, he's just mean. My mean crab. It's like, if you get me on a bad day, this is what I am. I'm Cancerian. So I love these. I love these, and these are huge. Look. And these are fine. These are okay. I like these for my £5 items. You're like, oh, they're too big for a £5. They're not. They take 10-15 minutes maximum, and that's what I want. What else have I made? Not really made a huge amount, if I'm honest. I don't know what happened this week. No, I don't know what happened this week. I've made snakes though. Look. Do they need a tongue or not? Look at this. This is one of the variegated. This is blanket yarn again. I haven't put these are, yeah, safety eyes. Look at him. So I've got 1, 2. How many have I done? 1, 2. I've done 4 of these, and I've got this as well. Oh, look how cute he is. I'm gonna do some more of these in the other colours. But do they need a tongue? Do you think, like a little red tongue to stick out so you know they're snakes? Let me know what you think. They're cute. They're like, ooh, they can hang. And they're not that long either. Oh, you're a lot shorter than that one. What have I done? Hold on. Yes. Well, this one's quite large, isn't he? This one's ginormous. I've obviously, I've done that, but what is the normal size? Oh no, this one's just like extra short. I've obviously missed something off. Have I missed something off? No, these are, what have I done? Well, I only did, I mean, it said about, I've only done 30 rounds of these. I didn't want this too long. And then you taper it down. I don't know what I've done. I don't even know what I'm doing on a daily basis, to be honest. So I could have done anything with that. But they're my snakes. They're new. And then I've only got 2 big things to show you. This is how bad I've been this week. Let me pop him back there so we're all organised. I've been doggy sitting for the last 24 hours. I stayed over and it was brilliant. I just like 4 dogs and it was just on me and it was just lovely. Octopus or octopi. I made some, look, with the blanket yarn. Can you see its eyes? These are grumpy. Oh, where's his other eye? Hold on, where are you? These, I love these. Just, but they're really short. And there are 8 there. I have to keep checking. But just the way the colours work out. This is snug as a bug again. Look at that. I bought another one to show you. I haven't done its eyes yet. But these are so cute. And I think they're going to do really well. I've got lots of different colours to do with these. And I've been making these. So so my £5 items so far, I've got my octopies, got my frogs, my crabs, what else? My snakes. I've got my little ducks or chicks or whatever they want to be in strawberry hats. I've got my axolotls, capybaras. I need to do more capybaras. And then I've got turtles because Happy Turtle Crochet released the other day, yesterday, Friday, Saturday, I don't know what day it is today, released her pattern for the mini fruit turtles. I know I'd done them myself, but I was like, yes, I need this. And that's what I'm going to be doing because they're really popular. When I took them to my last market, and I'm like, I need this pattern and I need to make this. So what have I got? Octopies. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold on, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 9. Maybe I should need 1 more pattern to make it around 10. But I've got stingrays. Look at this. Oh, it's gone really dark. I'm so sorry. That's not even made any difference, has it? Look. Oh, that's terrible. Little stingrays, little face. I made these chenille yarn and they probably turned about that big, and I was like, no, I'm not, just because I brought the pattern as well, and I was like, that's ridiculous. But with the blanket yarn, it just comes out really quite nice. Can you see? It's really nice. I like this. So I'm going to make some of those as well. I've got quite a few patterns where I bought them and made them with my chenille yarn that I normally use, and they just came out way too small, and I was like, I'm not happy with this, and that lighting is terrible. But with the blanket yarn that I'm now addicted to, I can make all these patterns and have these. So I want a large variety, like a whole 6-foot table of the £5 items, because I want to sell as much as I can to clear the room so I can make more, because that is sensible, isn't it? I need to show you my mushroom. Now, I think it's Christine. What's Up Cupcake? I mentioned her last time. She did this mushroom pattern, and then I was like, I need to make that. I need to get this. This is the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. Look at that. How cute. Do you know what? It was like 45-minute make. It's so cute. I've put a little bit of blush on there. This doesn't pop up or anything, but it's just, it was so nice and easy to make that I just love it. I don't know if that light's doing. I have got studio lights, but they're in the shed. I can't get in the shed. 1, because there's a lot of stuff in there. 2, there's a lot of spiders. But I love this, and it comes in the pattern of 3. So 3 different mushrooms, and then you also get a little pattern as well for, I think, 3 different type of just mushrooms, no faces. I think for autumn, so from September onwards, I might have a little basket with a couple of these mushrooms in there, and then hidden around some leaves and that, and so you like forage for your own mushroom sort of thing. I think that would do really well, and I really like that. Look at it. That is so cute. It's only got a little mouth. Can you see? So easy, so quick to make. Sewing, no sewing actually, because this is all crocheted in. So you make, yeah, you make your legs, and then you crochet them together and go up, and then this bit, this frill is in this bit, and this frill is also in that bit. So then you just make this separate, the top separate, and then you just crochet it on like that. So easy, so cute. I need this and lots of colours. I might even put these in the post office. So these might go to Carol as well. So I've made a mushroom. And now I need to tell you about my journey. We're talking about cats. Now I have tried and tried and tried with cats. I'm going to stop this video here and go into the other room and grab what I want to show you. One moment, I'll be back. Right, I'm back. So I've tried and I've tried with cats. It's that one thing I just can't seem to do. So the loaf cats where everybody does these, yeah, can you tell? Look. Oh, he's mean. I took these off for sale. I thought these are just terrible. And then, so I keep getting all these cat patterns. One day I'm just going to do a video of cats, me making all these cat patterns. We'll see how it goes. I got loads. And then there was this cat and I thought, oh, he's so cute. And look at this one. And I love this. So it sits there, it's got little tail, little arms and its head. And don't ask what the whiskers are. I was just messing around really, and its ears. And this, I don't know what I was doing, really. And it's lopsided. I can't get tuxedo cats or this, just, yeah. I've got parts of the, for another one. So this one was really good. So you make the front legs, and then, how do you do it? And then the back legs, and you sew it all together. So it's all not sewn. There's no sewing on there. Is there no sewing on there? No, that was a lie. You sew the head on, but the body is all, you crochet everything in. So he's cute. I think if I work on him, I think he would do really well. He's just like a tester. I've got a big box. I might show you one day of stuff I've just made and gone, oh, that's a bit scary. But he's cute. And then I saw another pattern, and this is my last one. It's my last cat pattern I'm buying. I just cannot get this done. But this one is my favourite. Now, I'm going to make some changes to it and I'll show you. Just adorable. You ready? Steady. It's a splooting cat. Oh, look at him. He's so adorable. Look. Big eyes. I don't know if I've got any more of these big eyes. So let me show you. These, look at the paws. You know, these are all bobble stitches, and you have to be really careful with your colour changes. But the patterns, yeah, I just went wrong there. The pattern does show you how to do them, and it's really good. But these are so cute. I think I added an extra, I think I might have put a P-I-C-O-T stitch on top of these, just to give them an extra point. But he is adorable. I am going to make more of him. What I might do though, is I might make these floppy. So these are all sewn in. If you ever done like a crochet grove pattern with like the giraffe, and quite a lot of patterns actually, you sort of crochet them in as you go in the round, sort of go round and round, but without closing them. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? In my head it makes sense. So I might make these as separate things. So stuff them to here, close them down like with 3 or 4 stitches, but then also crochet them into the body as they'll go along. So instead of making the extra bit here, where it's kind of like that, I'll make it floppy. And then I might put poly pellets, which are weighted, instead of stuffing, poly pellets in here. So it's kind of a bit more, not sturdy, that's not the word I want to make, less sturdy, more, just floppy, just so it's more floppy. I really like him. I really think that's my like him. That's my pattern. I like that, and I'm very happy with that. It's sort of like, I think it's the eyes, bigger eyes. I'm using safety eyes a lot more, and bigger safety eyes as well. Spending a fortune on them as well. I do like those. So that's another thing. That's what I've made. That's what I've made. That's all I've made this week. That's it. That is it. It's just a lot of market prep. Just a lot of stuff going on, and just, yeah. So this week I've got to do market prep. Just get it all done, and pack everything up. So it's Saturday. On Saturday between 12 and 8 p.m. So it's a big one. I think the details of everything set up and everything have just come through. But what I was told the other day is that I can park behind where I'm going to have my gazebo. I cannot tell you how happy I am. I'm just like, yes, because dragging my gazebo, dragging tables, chairs, everything, it just is just exhausting. And if I'm parked right behind it, I'm just like, done. So I'm very happy, but that's going to be next week's. It might not even be next week's, because it's going to be such a big event. It might, I don't know anymore. I've got 2 videos I've got to do this week, which is a Meet the Maker, which I've been tagged in, and also Debbie has, from Coastal Crochet Tynemouth, has tagged me in a 3-minute, list some under 30-minute makes, and I've got a lot of under 30 minutes makes, so I'm lazy sometimes. I think that's it. What else? Anything else going on in my life? I've got to do blood pressure. On my tablets I'm on, I have to keep putting blood pressure readings into the system. And I looked this morning, and it was like, you can't have caffeine. I've been doing it for a few months now. You can't have caffeine 30 minutes before. And I was reading this while I was drinking a cup of tea. I was like, typical. And I've got to be nice and calm. I've just showed you all these amazing crochet makes. I'm not calm. I'm excited. I'm like, let's go. Let's make more stuff. I think it's going to be one of those days. I don't know. And so I'm going to apologise about the lighting. Can't do anything about it. British weather. I will get my lights out eventually once I'm brave enough to get the spiders. Loads of comments on my videos, really. Thank you very, very much. Hopefully I try my hardest to get back to you all, and say hello and everything. Also on Instagram, just follow me on Instagram. I'm always doing stuff on there. What else did I want to ask you? TikTok. Has anybody done, like, so right, we're gossiping, we're nattering now. I like doing markets because I like getting out, and it helps with my kind of, I'm getting better with going outside and meeting people. I like doing that, but it's a lot of work, and I have various illnesses, things wrong with me. I'm just crazy, that I find it really hard, and it takes me about a week to recover after doing one. And I'm like, I want to sell. I've got my website and I've been selling some things on there, but I'm like, would something like a TikTok live shop thing? Has anybody tried one of those? Just so that I can, this is what I do day in, day out, is crochet. It just makes me so happy, and I love it, and I like making these videos for you. But I need to clear all of this so that I can keep buying yarn. No, I do not need to buy any more yarn, because I have got enough, but I do need to just keep making. I think we just need to, do you know how much I spent on Etsy patterns last month? I have to do my income and expenditure every month, and I was like, let's just top this up, because normally I put down every single thing and I don't top the Etsy thing that over £100 on patterns last month, in 1 month. Oh my god. So please buy stuff on my website or from me or anything. Come see me in markets, because I need to fund that habit. What was I going with this? Yeah, so I was thinking about TikTok. I have got a TikTok. I'll put it down below. don't use it as much. I did used to use it as much, and it was all right. But I've never done a live sort of thing or anything like that. I've never done YouTube live. Maybe I should start with that. But I kind of want to do, so in between doing actual physical markets, do something else as well. Just so that I get to get rid of all this stuff, also interact with people. I think that's it. If anybody's got any ideas or anything, or just, yeah, I'm gonna go, because I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I've got a lot to figure out. I've got a sales spreadsheet, or stock spreadsheet of everything I've got, which has all my SKU numbers and everything in it, and I haven't been keeping up to date. So I'm like, I don't know what I've got, what I haven't got. I just know I've got a mess. Oh dear. Right, I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna have another cup of tea because I need to take my blood pressure. I'm gonna relax. And we're just gonna do some fun crochet today. I hope this video was okay. Like I said, I didn't pre-plan this. I normally know what I'm going to talk to you about, but this week it's just, that's anything. It just, whatever was in my head came out. You're my friend, so you know, you get all of this. So I hope you all have a lovely week. You'll probably receive a couple of more videos this week. I've got a bit of backlog of things I need to do with like the 2 challengey things. So I need to just get those done, get those out. And then I might do a last market prep to show you exactly what I'm taking to market. And then we'll do a whole market day, because I think it's going to be a big event. I'm doing it on my own. Don't know what it's going to be like. Hopefully, fingers crossed. The weather's still, it looks like it's going to be a nice day. If not, I'm in my gazebo, just going to hide away. So yes, that's it. That's me done. I'm going to shut up, and I will hope you all have a lovely week. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Come see me on Instagram. Go join my TikTok. I don't talk on TikTok. I don't do anything on TikTok, but go join it anyway, just in case. And I will see you soon.